All right, so the next very important thing we have to do, of course, is install MySQL. And if you remember, I mentioned that one of the main reasons I'm updating this course is because originally I used an easy tool called Cloud9 when I recorded the course that made it instantaneous for anybody to have MySQL up and running. It was all in the browser, but that tool went away. Now, there's a reason that I opted to use that tool in the past, which is that installing MySQL can sometimes be a little tedious. So this section might have some of the longest individual videos, like 15, 20-minute videos just to install it on Windows or on a Mac. So hang in there. It's not too bad. It's just a lot of menus and configuration. So this video is not going to show you how to install MySQL. Instead, what I want to show you is our end goal. It's important that you understand what we're doing here. So I have my Mac side of my machine right here. This is all Mac stuff. And this over here is Windows. It doesn't look all that different, but you can see the Windows toolbar down there. And I have the tools we'll be using are installed on both. So you can see them simultaneously. In the course, I'm recording on a Mac, so you'll see this, you'll see this. You won't see this Windows stuff as much, but it looks very similar, as you can tell. So what we're going to do is install MySQL Server. MySQL Server, a database management relational database management system, will be running, and then we can interact with it in different ways. One way is through the terminal, through a command line. So it's text-based. I can do things like select 9 times 9. Now, this is a stupid use of MySQL, using it as a calculator, but I get a result. And this is done by typing it into a prompt and hitting enter. And we will use this a lot in the course because it's instantaneous. I can type something, this will give me an error, but I can type something and then see a result. But then we'll also be using a tool called MySQL Workbench, which is this right here. This is what it looks like on a Mac at least. This allows me to write my queries in files, save them in files, and then execute them when I'm ready. This doesn't really allow me to do that. I type my code in here and I hit enter. So just as an example, here's a long query that I have. We'll learn what this means throughout the course. When I run this, I get a result here. This is employee information on salaries, department average by salary average by department, minimum, maximum, the rank of each employee by their salary within their department overall at the company. Anyway, this query I just copied and pasted into the terminal, but I can also run the exact same thing. This is what it looks like from within the workbench. So you'll see me do both in the course. There's no difference. I mean, there's a difference in the fact that I'm clicking a button versus over here typing it in or pasting it in, but the end result is exactly the same. It's just displayed slightly differently. Here it's displayed in a terminal window, but look at the first row. It says 17, customer service, 61,000. Look at the first row I got here, 17, and then it's hard to see the full thing, but customer service, 61,000. So it's displayed graphically in this application instead of being displayed as part of the command line output, but it's the same information. And that's really important that you understand that so you don't get too hung up on, what I'm using in one video versus the other. It's going to work either way. If you prefer to do everything in a file, you can do it in a file in here. You can keep making new files. I'll show you how this works when we install it, but I can make a new file here, put some code in there, I can save it, give it a name, and then when I'm ready, execute it, and I get my result. Or if you prefer, you can just have the terminal open and run your code in here, do whatever you want, and get a result on the command line. So I'm going to be doing both, and at some point you'll probably need to have both open, but it's important, again, that you understand behind the scenes, they're talking to the same server. They're talking to the same data. It's just a different client, a different interface. And then here it is on Windows. So I can do something like select 9 times 9 again, and I get my result 81. Or I can do it over here in the workbench. Select 9 times 9. And I'll click the lightning bolt, and I see 81. All right, so it looks pretty much the same, a little bit different. I've increased the font size here because I'm using this in the videos, but at the end of the day, it's pretty much identical between Windows and Mac. And that's pretty much it for this video. I just wanted to preface the actual installation by showing you what we're installing, because it could be confusing. You're going to install a server, you're going to run MySQL or interact with it from the command line, but you're also going to interact with it from this tool called MySQL Workbench. It could be a lot if we didn't understand what we were doing before we actually installed it all. Okay, so following this video, we've got a Mac install and a Windows install. Pick the correct platform, of course, unless you really are a masochist and you want to watch both for no reason. But pick the correct platform, go through the installation, and then I'll see you on the other side. Good luck. It's not too bad.